aid appears a bottomless pit. You just keep giving and giving, and there's little material change to the amount of poverty on the planet. How much of your donation is lost in admin, mismanagement, or corruption? In the region of $100 billion American dollars is donated each year in development aid. Handouts are not the only way forward. People need to help themselves to move from dependence to independence. If you're poverty-stricken, you're regularly ill, you have little or no income, and without opportunity you become totally dependent on aid, or you die. Why build a medical centre when people's basic living conditions at home breed disease? Why build a school? If half your pupils are sick, how well can they learn? Do you send your children to school if they're ill? Like building a house, you don't start at the first floor. You start with the foundations. Provide the conditions that make people healthy. A healthy community provides the foundations to a long-term, dignified, sustainable life, a place where handouts stop. The two simple steps to good health are sanitation and water. We all understand the benefits of clean water. Along with the provision of clean water must be education on preservation, harvesting, and an understanding on how to use water wisely and effectively. Sanitation is often overlooked, but did you know that members of the British Medical Association voted sanitation as the single most important medical advance of the last 150 years? If you provide water, you reduce intestinal illness by 6%, but provide sanitation and you reduce it by 32%. Half of all hospital beds in the developing world are occupied by people with intestinal illness. Illnesses caused by the lack of sanitation are the single biggest cause of under-5s deaths. Despite these statistics, more people in the developing world now own a mobile phone than have access to a toilet.
எங்கள் ஊரில் டாய்லெட் போகிறதுக்கு திறந்தவெளியில் தான் நாங்கள் போகிறோம். ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது. திறந்தவெளியில் போனால் அங்கே அதிகமாக ஒருத்தவங்க வீட்டு கொல்லியில் தான் நாங்கள் போகிறதா இருக்குது. அந்த கொள்ளைக்காரங்க வந்தாங்களா டக்குன்னு அவங்க திட்டுறதா இருக்குது. தோப்புங்களாம் டாய்லெட் போகிறதுக்கு திட்டுறாங்க. அவங்க வந்தாக்கா திட்டுறாங்க. திருப்பி அந்த சைடு ஜென்ஸுக்கும் ஒரு வரப்பு தள்ளி அந்த நாள் ஜென்ஸு டாய்லெட் போவாங்க. திருப்பி அந்த நாள் ஜென்ஸு பார்க்குறாங்களா அதுக்கும் பயந்துன்னு தான் நாங்கள் டாய்லெட் போகிறதா இருக்குது.
Sanitation has other benefits, especially for women and girls who face the real and daily fear of being attacked or raped in the open. Young girls without facilities become embarrassed, and their parents stop them from going to school when they start their periods.
Particularly the girls who are in the colleges or in the higher secondary level, they need to get up so early in the morning and go to somebody's field and then shouted by them. And they said that particular day, if anybody has happened to see me while going for defecation, shout at me with some very bad words and all, the whole day I lose my concentration in the class.
What's regarded as a human waste can, without water or any clever modern scientific process, be turned into a valuable agricultural resource through the use of an ecologically sound sanitation composting toilet. Sanitation and water provide the foundations for good health. And once achieved, this is the time to build the rest of the house through the provision of livelihood opportunities, new schools and medical centres. Healthy people are ready to take on the potential of opportunity. To be independent, a person needs to provide for themselves the basics of shelter, food and clothing. The key element is the provision of an income that's locally sustainable. It's about fishing rods, not fish.
Any sort of fertiliser to soils will increase yields. A lot of poor people in the tropics and subtropics will have no access to manufactured fertiliser. By providing material such as composted faeces or urine, you're giving them the opportunity to substantially increase their yields, to really make an impact on their well-being and improving their ability to generate food for themselves and food to sell.
அதில் எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப லாபம் வந்திருக்குது. இப்போ வந்து மிளகாய் கன்று கத்திரிக்காய் கன்று இதெல்லாம் நாங்கள் போட்டு வச்சுருக்குறோம். அப்போ வந்து ஒரு 7-8 மூட்டை கிடச்சிது. இப்போ வந்து ஒரு 11 மூட்டை கிடச்சிது போன வருஷம். இப்போ வந்து கொஞ்சம் நல்லா மிளகாய் கன்று கத்திரி கன்று அதெல்லாம் இப்போ கொஞ்சம் தெம்பாக இருக்குது.
None of this is new, but the process is one that is simply not always followed by the majority who access the lion's share of the massive annual aid budget. So who are wherever the need? It believes you have to build long-term sustainable solutions that work within a local culture. Wherever the need is an NGO that regards itself more as a motivator and facilitator than a charity. Give it your money and it will give you a project that doesn't need constant topping up. Wherever the need only works with communities who participate in whatever work is being carried out. It educates and provides the facilities for good health, and then with the communities sets up sustainable livelihood programs. It's about empowerment. Your donation leads the recipient to becoming independent forever.